Nah, I done grew up around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, back door bigger day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrows.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here with the Ace Gaming NA Tour up against Hammers Esports this time around. Couple changes to the Hammers roster since the VPL preseason. We've obviously still got DeiNomine around. We've got some blue stacks going on. Sino, Archaic, who's actually a returning member of Hammers, and Ali Peterson.
Yeah, Ali Peterson is someone who I played with a couple of times and really fantastic skill player. Has been chasing, you know, this kind of opportunity in a VPL team in a high level, you know, competition, even something like this situation for a while. So great for him to be getting that opportunity. But looking at this draft, first ban coming out from Ace Gaming is a Samuel, really not wanting to go against a Samuel. Second ban is, first ban on the side of Hammers is Anka, taking away that really strong mid laner new hero that is Anka. Interesting second ban coming out from Ace of an Arden. A little bit unconventional, but I think the reason why they're banning the Arden is to just actually, you know, make sure that they can get a potential power pick of either maybe Kinetic or Kensei, and we've yet to see either of those so far between the games we've had already, DeiNomine.
Yeah, I do think Kensei, while he has his places where he's good, I think in a lot of draft situations, he's actually very difficult to run at like a high effectiveness.
Yes.
You know, at least, and this is my opinion, at least where Kensei is right now, I feel like he's good at a lot of different things, but there's just other heroes that do the same thing that Kensei does, but realistically does it better. And
oh, okay.
That's kind of where I'm at with that. But first pick Tony coming out of the side of Ace Gaming. So definitely going to have that reliable stun coming out there. And I think Tony actually has just a massive impact on how team fights can turn out.
Yeah, he has such a strong, he has strong power, he has strong utility, he has strong CC. Overall, he's such a well-rounded hero that even as a first pick, you don't necessarily have to build a comp around him because, you know, other heroes can be complemented towards him and he complements other heroes so well. First pick now coming out from Hammers is Finn. What is with this Finn pick out of NA, DeiNomine? I have not seen that for quite a while where, you know, a hero, especially captain like Finn is priority picked from the NA region so far. But the second pick is Fortress. Fortress is a strong jungler hero able to get dived in on the front line, but they've got to make sure Hammers, they've got to make sure that they pick the rest of the comp that complements the Fortress, so you don't want to leave him stranded on his own in that front line.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. He can definitely be a huge playmaker, but there are times where Fortress may bite off a little bit more than he can chew. We do have the Maylene coming through here on the side of Ace Gaming. And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, ImPERium, Glaive has always and always will be my favorite hero. Maylene came out of nowhere and is right up there towards the top for me. She's so fun to play. I think having the extra abilities and the ability to swip back and forth between the kit, I think it's such a unique thing for, at least for Vainglory. And she's just a lot of fun to play and a lot of fun to watch, especially at such a high level. So definitely going to be fun to watch this one. I want to see specifically what Ace is able to do to capitalize with.
Yeah, definitely. As we do see the third and fourth picks coming out from Hammers as Celeste and Baron. Baron, I actually feel, is the second strongest bottom lane weapon power carry right now in the game. He got buffed, should I say, in the 3.5 patch. Not only does he do a lot of chunk burst damage on that weapon power build, but the splash damage was increased, so it affects more people within the area that is affected by it. So you know, he's just able to, once a couple of items comes on board with the likes of Sour Blade, Breaking Point, Tyrant's Monocle, that damage is insane that comes out from Baron. And Celeste complements it. Nice to see that Celeste is going to have. But the fourth pick coming out from Ace DeiNomine is a Black Feather. And then with the fifth pick being Vox. That is the nice rounded comp coming out from Ace Gaming. Grumpjaw being picked up by Hammers as the last pick. Maybe looking to activate a max green level, you know, strategy coming out where the teleport boots come out and stuff is used, swallows the enemy hero and then teleports back to base to secure that kill. Time will tell DeiNomine. I do like the comp coming out from Hammers. I actually feel it's a little bit better than Ace's so far, but Ace have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. I'm sure their comp is very tricky to get a hold of with the Meline, with the Tony, with the Black Feather. That is always going to be a little bit slippery. Then you're going to have Churnwalker on that captain here that's going to be looking to hook the likes of the Fortress, hook the Grumpjaw, hook the Celeste, and just really reel them in quite nicely.
Yeah, I definitely think that could be the case, and like you were mentioning, Hammers, their composition, I think it's ups early and it's ups late. That kind of mid-game transitioning into the late game, depending on how Hammers start the early game off, might, you know, assuming this ends up being an even game, that's kind of where I think Ace is going to start to pick up, and then as the game gets further past that, that's where Hammers is going to have their power spikes, Baron and Celeste. Early on, they do have the Fortress and the Grumpjaw. So it's all going to be about how Hammers can capitalize early and how quickly they can get themselves into the late game.
Yeah, I do like this 3-man coming out from Hammers just to make sure they can secure the mid lane, but however, Ace are instantly going towards those buffs. We do see Ace with Shirana and the Meline looking to secure the CP buff as they do now rotate in the bottom lane jungle to try and get the kills on. But first blood goes over to Hammers, DeiNomine.
Yeah, first blood is going to go over to Hammers. Ace Gaming answer back with one. Hammers, they're not done. They pick up another. Can they find the third? That's 3 on the board for Hammers. Don't know if they can get this fourth without losing another one. Archaic so low. Archaic is going to drop. DeiNomine, can you find the kill? He finds the 4th kill onto that Churnwalker. A 4-2 trade here early on for the side of Hammers. Definitely smart of them to abuse that early game potential they have with the Fortress and the Churnwalker. Those stacks of armor, that living armor on DeiNomine is actually huge early on, but Sweetbox finds some damage onto BlueStacks, not quite enough to get the kill. BlueStacks comes in, Jump Jet's almost able to take him down, but the stun is up for Tony. Can he get the kill? Oh, it's going to be close up there. It does look like a Jump Jets was used. BlueStacks and Sweetbox both make it out of that one alive, but this has been a lot of excitement here early on, you know, specifically with the aggression that came out of Hammers. You know, I did say that they do need to get an edge early on. I didn't expect them to come out this aggressive, though. That was excellent first game play from them. DeiNomine on the Grumpjaw, huge plays coming out of him. And so far, things are pretty even on the gold right now.
Yeah, it's pretty even, but look at this engagement in the mid lane. Meline being put under a lot of pressure by Celeste and Finn. Celeste really has that core collapse, and even in the early stages, can do a lot of controlled zone damage. Black Feather being forced, or well, slightly forced to go into that mid lane just to make sure that they can survive. Look at them wait until the buffs come up. But yeah, Hammers, that early game aggression, 6 kills on the board between the two teams. That was in under 1 minute and a half, DeiNomine. That was aggression as Hammers now secure their CP buff. No real contesting coming out from Ace. They're adapting to the strategy that Hammers are coming out. They're not looking to contest it because they know with the Grumpjaw, with the Celeste, with the Fortress that they are really going to be heavily challenged in this early game. So they're just securing their own, their enemies' Hammers weapon power buffs, and just making sure that they can stay on an even keel before their own heroes hit their power spikes, DeiNomine. Because this game, it's very much about, you know, hitting the power spikes of your heroes, ability of your heroes kit, making sure that you then utilize that power spike as best possible in a teamfight situation. Talk about teamfight situation.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a skirmish breaking out here. It does look like everybody's gonna make it out alive. Oh, Fortress gets taunted back in. Beautiful play coming out of Sweetbox there. Thought he was out, and just the rear end of that range was able to pick them up the kill, putting their third kill on the board. So great play coming out of Ace there. Excellent rotation. Now, obviously this is, at least when this is being recorded, ImPERium, this is like some of the first sign of some Beinglory competitive we've had in a while. So we, you know, a lot of the heroes have changed quite a bit, had some pretty substantial buffs. Does look like BlueStacks battling it out with Sweetbox up there in the top lane. But this might, you know, be a good time here in this part of this stage of the game where we can maybe talk about some of the big changes that may affect how this game goes. And I think one of the big ones is Blackfeather getting 20% additional weapon ratio on his on point. However, Tassa has gone down the Crystal Path, so gonna be interesting to see how that one plays out. Churnwalker gets some additional healing as well coming out of the Futility of Life. So Allie Peterson, oh boy, almost gets caught out there. The hook and chain does land on Steno. Ace looking to get this Crystal Treant here. Allie Peterson dangerously low. That's a double kill going over to the side of Ace. DreiNomine does make his way through. He'll make it out alive, but two members of Hammers fall. Crystal Treant goes over to the side of Ace Gaming. And that is going to even things up as far as kills on the board. ImPERium, it's looking like Ace have a little bit of a gold lead building for them now.
Yeah, they're starting to take a bit more control of this game. I've noticed while we're going through the last couple of minutes that they're just rotating a little bit better. Like I said, they switched up their strategy a little bit. It seems like they're communicating quite nicely on PC. Now they're just, you know, they're changing up. It's not a huge change, but they've just changed up quite nicely just to stop, you know, advantage. First couple of minutes advantage the Hammers had, they stop it and they're now going for the Ghostwing. You mentioned about Tassa being on this Blackfeather. It does seem Ghostwing has been captured. I'm really interested because I think CP Blackfeather has lost its place a little bit in 5v5 compared to other jungle heroes, but we're seeing Tassa utilize it quite nicely. I think part of that comes down to the fact that not only Ace are a strong team as a team, but you've got the Churnwalker that's hooking up, so the on point that comes down, when it connects onto any of the members that are connected with that hook, that helps with the healing, it helps with the AoE damage, and it's just helping Blackfeather just really, you know, stick on and help secure those kills. So Tassa really using that Blackfeather quite nicely. With the first turret does go down on a bottom lane area by Ace, is them starting to take over that little bit more than nothing.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that the NA teams need to really make note of is Ace specifically steps up the rotation in the aggression game right when Ghostwing comes onto the map. In all three of the games so far that we've seen, once we hit that mark, once Ghostwing has landed, it's an immediate team rotation coming out of Ace. They pick themselves up a kill or two. They immediately turn that aggression onto Ghostwing when they know that it's too risky for the enemy team to try to contest it. You know, if you're down 2 players and you try to contest that dragon, you know, aside from maybe a Celeste who can steal it from over the wall, if you go in and don't get the buff, you know, you've not only given it away, you've also given another kill on the board, you've staggered your death timers, and even if you do get it, the only thing you're doing, and this is what works out great for Ace, even if Hammers or, you know, any of the teams were to have made a steal, it just wouldn't have. Oh, Blackfeather comes through with a huge kill there onto Baron, not quite gonna make it. I didn't think he was gonna go for that, and all of a sudden he was in. DreiNomine does get a stuffed here, and are they gonna be able to capitalize on this one? Core Collapse is out, but it was not on target box. Make that one out alive. Wait for it, comes through, hits a couple members, but 6-6 on the board. But yeah, I mean, you know, if even, you know, it's like the just want to get back and finish up the point there is how cleanly Ace sets some of these plays up. Maylene does pick up the kill there onto Celeste. Even if the enemy were to come in and get the steal, they've made sure it's at a point in the game where there's no possible way the enemy can gain anything out of that buff. And this is where I think we're going to see Ace excel over all of the teams today. Is just the coordination and the decision making that this team is capable of.
It's like they're treating, as you do see, Ali Peterson just being ganged up quite nicely by Ace Gaming. They're looking to secure that kill, but they don't quite get it done. They're going to now rotate as a full team onto this bottom lane. What I noticed about Ace Gaming as well.
Oh, Maylene is here in the middle of the side of Hammers. Can they pick up the kill? There's one. Ali Peterson is dangerously low. Stuff is going to land. Unfortunately, Baron ult does not hit that target. Blackfeather able to pick up one. Tony finds another onto Fortress. Ace has gone deep. They find another kill, but trade out the Blackfeather. But Nation able to pick up that final kill onto DreiNomine there. 4 kills going over to the side of Ace. 2 going over into the side of Hammers. BlueStack's not around for that fight, and again, it's at these key points that Ace rotates fully as a team. Yes, Baron was able to get that top turret, but in a majority of games, the top lane is not going to be that detrimental lane that's going to get pushed and cause a team to win or lose. So it's a little bit of gold on the side of Hammers, but Ace have got that back in spades, as well as getting that Crystal Treant now. So you know, it's always keeping Hammers on the run at this point is really where situationally we're at.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing about Ace is that they're not really, other than the picks within their draft, they're not actually treating any lane different to the other in terms of the top, middle and bottom. They're treating every lane the same, which is rotate as a 4 or 5 man team. Essentially speaking, that's what they're doing. They're rotating as a full team. And they're not afraid to lose a turret in any of those lanes because they have the confidence, they have the synergy that they're going to take advantage of that team fight, of that, you know, that man advantage. It's a 5-on-4 in their favor, and that's what's going to overall get you. The team has the force score comes out, but it does miss quite nicely in potential blocks. We will see another team fight engagement going on, DeiNomine.
Yeah, a little bit here. We do have a little bit different of a Baron build than we used to see coming out of BlueStacks. You know, it used to be the tension bow into a lot of crit. Oh man, Nation, that's the wrong spot to get stuck out at. That's kill early on, going over to Hammers. Hammers look like they're in control of this fight. Turnwalker is in their face, taking quite a bit of damage, which is allowing this Maylene to get away. That's going to be another kill for Hammers. 2 more on the board as they pick up that Churnwalker. And Hammers have found themselves an opportunity now, just like Ace did earlier in the game. They picked up 2 kills. Ghostwing is back on the map. They can now take an opportunity. But Zeno gets caught out a little bit far, and just like that, Ace have taken that opportunity that Hammers built for themselves, and they've turned it around, taken that chance away from Hammers. Now the fight's breaking out again up here. Sweetbox is most certainly going to die. That's going to be 1 kill for Hammers. Another one as Fortress picks up 2. Maylene now on the run. Here comes Fox to greet the teammate. Wait for it. Is going to turn the aggression off. And Nation, he's sticking around, getting some hits on this Treant. Might even get the steal. I'm not sure Baron actually got that one. DreiNomine is in. Stuff is down onto Fox. Maylene getting a couple hits in. Here comes the Solar Storm. It does come through and kills that Fox right as he comes out of the stuff. That's 2 more now for Hammers, putting 14 kills on the board. It does look like Ace still has a little bit of a gold lead here. Maylene making a rotation up, getting herself this Crystal Treant. Right now we do have a turret advantage for the side of Ace, but Hammers seem to find these pockets where they're able to answer back. And this is actually the part of the game I thought they were going to struggle with the most. They're not at a huge power spike for Celeste. They're not at a huge power spike for Baron. And they're kind of at that point where Fortress is still good here, but he's not excellent. And Grumpjaw, he's good at this point, but he's still, you know, not at an excellent time in the game for him. So this is really where I expected Hammers to struggle, and they've made some great capitalization in these past couple fights.
Well, they're actually, you know, they're taking the strategy of Ace. They're sticking as a 5-man team. Look at it. They're not afraid to lose the third. They lost the third up in top lane, but they won a team fight because of it. And as a 5-man team, you know, if you can't beat them, you join them. You know, so if you're not able to secure those turrets, you know, in a 1-man situation, you stick together as a 5-man team. And this is where also Finn is playing to his best strengths. You work best as the force support is blocked. You work best when the whole team is behind the Finn and the whole team is able to use the defense that Finn has and capitalize upon that. Plus, at the end of the day, Baron with that Sorrow Blade Tornado Trigger, that is a bit of a better power spike than, let's say, Sorrow Blade Breaking Point or Sorrow Blade Tyrants, because those basic attack damage that are coming out from the Tornado Trigger, they're coming out a little bit faster, they're coming out a little bit stronger, there's a little bit more crit coming out there, so these damage will be more done so on the team. But in case it could be happening, they seem to be fighting over the Ghost Wing. One of the teams is going to have to do something, as you do see a lane push.
It looks like Ace are just going for that middle turret here. Hampers are coming up. They do have to take caution as 2 members of Ace are buffed. Beautiful stun onto Maylene there. Oh, never mind that. Even greater stun onto the Churnwalker, taking him out early on. Fountain never got used, and now it's Hammers just chasing down Tassa here. The rest of Ace have made it out, but if Hammers can stagger the death timer, which it looks like they're certainly going to be able to do so, that's 15 seconds now on Finn, 30 seconds on the Blackfeather. This is where Hammers need to get together, quickly get together, and take down this Ghost Wing here, because last time they were in this situation, Celeste dwindled in the lane a little too long trying to get some CS, ended up getting picked and lost them that opportunity that would have been a great early to mid-game transition for them. They get the Ghost Wing, they pick up a bottom turret, they're sitting 4 kills up, and I think they're starting to get into that comfortable spot. Celeste working into her 3rd item, and Baron working into his 3rd item. There's another turret, and Solar Storm does come out in anticipation that Black Claw may have been started, and they are going to take the opportunity here to push 3 turrets using the maximum effect of that Ghost Wing buff. Can they find the kill onto Maylene? Do have a block there. I don't know if she's going to be able to make it out alive. That's going to be a kill going over to DreiNomine, and now 17 on the board for Hammers, cleaning out the jungle on their way. Excellent capitalization from them there. I think they learned from that first mistake where Celeste got caught out, and they all rushed. And now Nation, he's building up quite a few stacks. Excellent trespass coming out of Darkbond there as they pick up a kill onto DreiNomine. And that's one of the things about Ace. Even if things aren't necessarily looking the greatest for them, you cannot count out this team and just their absolutely immaculate execution. Tassa is under half health here, but he's sticking quite a ways away from the danger zone. Beautiful stun coming out of Hammers. Can they capitalize on it? Solar Storm comes through, does hit Churnwalker, who soaks up a majority of it. Here Hammers come, attack of the pack is out. Can they find the kills? Nation and Tassa are on the run. Hammers dangerously low though. Oh my goodness, Ace, they turned that one around, and here comes the rest of the team as they pick up a last kill there onto Archaic. DreiNomine, the only one that wasn't part of that fight, and it was because he died a little bit earlier on. He was just getting to that respawn point, but now with 4 members of Hammers down, there's no reason that Ace should not be able to take this Black Claw uncontested, and then can start to make that push that from the 2 previous games in Imperium, we've seen once they get this Black Claw and they're all grouped together, they're able to push right through for the win.
Close to mid lane on the side of Hammers is extensively damaged. You've got 0 turrets on the side of as a Solar Storm does come out, but it's a little too late. You've 0 turrets on the side of Ace in the mid lane down, but 2 turrets on the side of Hammers, so that's going to give the Black Claw a strong advantage and give Ace a strong advantage to potentially take the keep out. But if there's any team so far that's going to be able to defend this Black Claw, it is Hammers. They've made good shows so far in this game. Not engagement.
Yeah, I got a little bit breaking out. A bunch of ults dropped, the majority of them blocked. It does look like we have a kill picked up by Tassa there, who is really always been a very great Blackfeather player, but I think he's shining right now on this Crystal Blackfeather. We have the armory going down. We have a member of Hammers already dead. This one looks like Ace might be ready to close it out unless Vicino can pull together here and find some miracle on this Celeste. He does not have the Dragon's Eye, so he's not going to be able to scale up. It doesn't look like Churnwalker is going to fall. Sweetbox maybe next. They turn it around on our pick. Blue stacks as well, a little too far. And this is looking like it's going to be game for the side of Ace Gaming. There's just not enough damage left on the side of Hammers with how spread out Ace is that I think that there's not really a chance for Hammers at this point.
No, but look, you know, Ace take this game, but by all means they didn't take it comfortably, DeiNomine, at all. You know, Hammers, they fought them to the bitter end, you could say. They started to adapt their own rotation, their own gameplay to really counter Ace at the end of the day. They started to